we break the wall when we're starting a mahjong game, it's really just for one reason. We're trying to introduce some randomization to where those tiles start to come out and start to get dealt out to the players, so that the east seat, also known as the dealer, the east seat doesn't end up stacking all of the jokers right up front so that I don't end up cheating. So really, we're just introducing a little randomization so that everyone knows that the deal is fair, that the tiles they're getting are the tiles that the table's giving them, not the ones that I have chosen for them as the east seat. So I'm gonna take my little pair of dice that come with my set of tiles, and I'm going to roll them. I hate when I get a high roll, but I rolled an 11. So we're gonna count over, and I like to just count right on top of my tiles in my wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I like to also put my dice on top of that tile. That tells me where I rolled, where I'm supposed to break the wall, and it also then reminds everyone where the end of the wall is for the end of the game. So I'm gonna take my little hinged pusher here. It's my rack. I'm gonna slide it over. This is so simple, guys. Slide it over to the next tile, and I just gently push out from there. You don't have to push it into the middle of the table. No one needs to reach it all that far, but we're just putting it here, and then as the east seat, I would take my tiles first. If you're following the National Mahjong League ways to deal, I would take my 4 tiles, the next player to my right would take her 4 tiles, and so on. Some groups like to play with an official dealer at each game, which means then I would deal out those tiles to my opponents here. As I've used up the dealer wall or the east seat wall, I would push out the next wall to my left to continue. But then let's talk about this little section of wall. So I think it gets sometimes confusing. I sometimes see people who are like sliding this off to try to get to where the dealt tiles are. Just leave them here, slide your rack over and push out. That's so easy, and it keeps these intact. And this becomes the very last wall that you will draw from for your game of mahjong. So as all of these walls get depleted as the game goes on, maybe we're getting close to someone calling mahjong, or maybe close to a wall game if we're getting really down into it, we're going to then finally push out this little tail end that will be the last section of wall you play from, and then this is these are the last 2 tiles you'll draw. And if you draw this last tile and discard and still no one has won, it is called a wall game. No player wins, instead the wall wins. And all that means is you throw your tiles back in and you reshuffle and you rebuild your walls and you start your next game. Hope this was helpful. Happy mahjong, y'all.